I really don't remember thinking about it too much until I saw it at a friend's house, and she'd just thrown these pots and brought them home, and I remember thinking that was something I really wanted to do. And we were leaving Trail at the time, moving to Vancouver Island to a teaching job, and the principal's wife there was a potter, and she showed me how to do it, and from there taking workshops and 36 years of practice is where I got to this point. If I could just make bowls and vases, I'd probably be really happy because you can do so many things with the shapes. But because to keep going on pottery, you have to sell it. And so people want teapots and mugs and casserole dishes. So you tend to make what you want to, but then you also make what you know will sell. So you kind of have both going. I think it's just that goal to be bigger, like to make the bigger bowl the taller. I think that's what keeps you coming back is, can I get bigger, can I get taller? How tall can I make it? And you think you've thrown something really tall and then you measure it and you think it's like 12 inches and it's like 8, you know? And so that tall, trying to get tall, that trying to see how open you can get a bowl, because quite often you get that gorgeous big open bowl you're trying for, a big bowl you're trying for, and you just one more little fix, and then you lose the whole bowl, and then it's kind of like, but that's part of it. I'm a very functional, plain potter. I don't embellish, I don't do a lot of altering my shapes, and I do have my own style. It took me a long time to accept the fact that I was an artist, because to me, I was throwing it on the wheel, making a round shape, and to me at first, I didn't feel like that was art. I just felt like I'm just making round things. I finally have accepted over the years that yeah, it is an art. And as you see, I'm very productive. I love throwing everything from teeny tiny pots to big pots. I think that makes me a bit different. I think a lot of potters kind of focus on one line, whereas for me, it's just the whole variety. Because I'm a functional potter, it's continuing to throw the same things over and over again, even though they're slightly different. But it's more coming up with some different glazing. That it's like, I guess it's like fashion or anything, you know, you move on to something different. Even though the old tried and trues are still there, that you always have something a little bit different to catch people's eyes. So you can stack as much as you can together when you're doing your disc firing, as long as it's not too heavy and it'll crack what's underneath it. The hardest challenge I find with new potters is learning that, okay, you get to keep the first 1 or 2 really wonky pots, but after that you have to learn to push it. You have to learn to use all your clay, and the worst mistake people make when they start is they leave too much clay and they try and keep too many of the early pots. It's accepting the fact that it's through practice, and you have to, you know, you go and you just have to keep working at it. You have to practice a lot. I can't imagine not being a potter. Sometimes I think about that, like, what if I wasn't a potter? Yeah. And I'm quite often, as I'm walking upstairs after I've potted, thinking, yeah, I like being a potter. There's just something about it. It's just, I guess, part of who I am now.